Do not give up. ¿Me oye? Do not. Right now, the more you are, the more things that you do that resonate with you, the less sense that it makes to those currently around you that doesn't want to understand. I said want. Yeah. The more of a light you're flashing so others like you can see you. What I'm seeing is like this huge sea. It's very dark. And I see this one person, like in the Titanic, in this piece of whatever, floating and flashing this light, kind of Morse code-ish, to the dark. And it seems like it's been forever that you have been doing this. And it seems pointless at this point, right? Please don't stop doing it. Because I feel like you are underestimating how far people are coming from, how deep the changes have been for others to find you. You have people that are actually at the moment working on becoming the type of person that can recognize that light. Because there's so many lights shining on the other side of that same path. Like from their perspective towards you, there's plenty of lights and they don't know which one is the right one. From your perspective to them, there's only you. So this is to say, you are the type of person who raises the voice to see if someone else resonates, just anyone. And you go and collect them, right? You are the one that says, I would rather be honest and have people love me for it than be fake and have a crowd around, right? And I feel like it has come to the point of your life where you have to walk that talk now. I feel like before, I've been guilty of this. You said those things with such conviction because technically you never had to do that. And although they were not less true, I feel like now you are saying it with the experience, right? Like now you, excuse me. Now you know what it actually feels like to do it in spite of having collaboration, having help or not, having people show up or not. For some of you, there has been many, many, many broken promises, right? Many, many, many people that were said to be there and then they're not. Many instances in which things seem to take off and then things remain the same, right? Or you seem to take off just to come back to the same spot, right? But all of this has grown your ability to come back, your ability to tend things and stay to see the growth. I feel like this is given mutable. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces. It seems to me like you tend to be all over the place in a way. That might have sounded wrong actually. Or not. But yeah, it seems like I heard abandoner. So for some, you might have people that are like upset at you because of the way that you live, basically. You might be someone that just moved to the next thing, or you say, quote unquote, you know when to leave. And this is, in a way, it's kind of giving like you don't pour into others or other things, like you pour into yourself. But I will say that that's also the case of like others do not pour into you the same way, right? That you do others. This is given wounded empath. This is given people pleaser that's done. This is giving someone that's done like downplaying their own journey, right? You might have been around very either insecure or needy people that kind of disguise themselves as someone or people that do not need anyone, right? Like very needy people disguised as avoidance, right? For example, and I'm getting here like you might be the one with like big ideas, initiative, leadership potential. You're not like stingy with your time and your efforts, right? You could be someone that's willing, even if they don't have much time themselves. You could be someone that has a lot of responsibility already, work, kids, pets, and you still find a way to come up and be there for others, right? Because you understand that collaboration is very important. It makes us human, it makes us compassionate, it makes us present for others, right? Yet, you came into like I feel like you're coming out of this time of your life, and even if it may not look like it, where things were very, very stagnant for a good amount of time, and it felt like you didn't know why, but also you kind of didn't know. If Okay, let me explain. In the surface, it didn't look like you were doing anything too like specific, like too obvious that was causing this, right? Like it seems like you were doing the right things. You were taking care of your responsibilities. You were there for others in community. Maybe you do have like a spiritual practice and you were like into that as well. But what was happening was that you were stretching yourself too thin and you weren't getting recompensation, right? Because because I'm getting the moon reverse, although it looked like you were doing the right things, I feel like there was a flip side of your inner knowing kind of starting to awaken. So you didn't know, but you knew in a way. It was like, when you're like fearing that the truth might be something, so you're like, no, but that's unfounded. Like, I have no proof of that. That's just anxiety. Like that feeling. But you can tell in a way that it's not quite just anxiety, right? Because when you're just fearing, when you're just being anxious, it feels a very type of way in your body. But this felt like a deeper squeeze of the bottom of your stomach, right? Like that feeling that you get when something's about to happen. And I feel like with this, you started to realize that there were many factors in things not working, but the main fuel was missing because you were pouring it everywhere but yourself. So right now, I feel like the lesson that you have learned the most is to concentrate energy, to come back to yourself, to pour into your own things, to pour into your own glass, and then work on helping others. it has taught you to slow down as well. Because the thing is, when things are scattered, el que mucho abarca poco aprieta. So if you try to be too scattered, things just go very, very slow. But if you concentrate hard enough for one thing, for two things, you can see the fruits of that grow a little bit more tangible, and that can even give you hope to even start those other things, or it can even give you experience or connections or resources to do it easier than what you would have done it if you started at the same time. So you need to let yourself grow. If you play Sims, right, you'd have to work on a skill for long enough for you to be able to profit of that skill, and you need to focus on that skill even longer if you want to make consistently good pieces off of that skill. So, and that's not Sims, that's also real life, but you know what I'm saying. Like if you're playing the game, you know what I'm saying. Like you have to dedicate like a good amount of hours of that sim just doing that thing, to be able to see anything, because if not, in the game everything turns horrible, like bad quality, and you're not going to be able to enjoy it. So but also the good part of the game is that it doesn't matter how you indulge in the skill, as long as you're doing it, you're still gonna grow. And it doesn't matter if it turns out bad, quote unquote, you're still gaining and getting better at it. So again, just like real life, but in the game it's a little bit more like you see it tangibly. And I feel like you're starting to see those things into your own life, right? Like you, with the slowing down, this slowing down could have been a time of solitude for you, of falling down in a relationship that gave you more time to contemplate, or someone could have gone away, abroad for some, to study, or just have less time in general to hang out with some people. And I feel like this time has really shown you like the projects that have collected dust. And when I say projects, please don't take it the capitalistic way. I need to like get another word because it triggers my work brain too. But it's like, what I'm saying is, to those endeavors that you kind of left, that started collecting dust because you just didn't look at them anymore, right? Like have you water your plants type of thing. Or when was the last time that you reorganized your closet? Or how about that game that you didn't finish, or that book, or that movie that you said that you were gonna watch, or that crochet project, or that drawing, or that painting that you need to finish. Like those things that actually matter because it matters to you, because it was born from you, right? 7-7, because no one told you it was cool or that you had to do it. That's why it matters the most, right? And right now, you have been in a period of rest because you are building strength to come back to yourself, basically, to go back to those things that you said maybe even beginning of the year that you were going to dedicate this year to. Well, the year hasn't ended. You have time still, and you can still do those things, right? Yeah, the Tower, the Star reversed, 7 of Cups, and Death reverse. And Judgment in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I feel like a whole spirit team with the hands up, and they're like, we are not coming after you. This is not that type of reading. you have actually been doing pretty good. And I feel like you're not even recognizing the amount of effort that you have put into yourself in your life this year. Like the amount of work and effort that you have done, that what you are being called to is come back to yourself. What you are being called to is to rest, is to have fun, is to play, because you have been working so fucking hard, bro. And like at this point, they're like, I feel like you might have getting like signals or things happen to you that has forced a little bit of rest into you. So I had like a mice, or have a mice problem at home. And though those were a couple of nights of not sleeping. And it made me value sleep so much. It made me fight for sleep because, the scratching sound the whole night in the walls, it's just not pleasant, right? So if you know, you know. And also I'm terrified of them. But I feel like you might have like little situations like that, or bigger for some, and if they're like, I'm sorry regardless of whatever you had to go through, because my situation wasn't fun. But I feel like for some of you, you have like those little, or like those kind of like tower moments here and there. And I feel like I'm feeling inclined to say little because you could have managed it. Like, I feel like when tower comes up, it's very easy to say like, oh, you're gonna lose your job, things are gonna happen. Not like those type of things, not those towers. I'm talking annoyances, things that make you like lose your temper here and there, but like wasn't activating survivor mode or anything like that. But here, I feel like you have been a little bit poked in a way by your student team, and I feel like I said this before, because you were playing too rough. You were acting like too nonchalant. You were like, oh, I don't care about nothing. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll move on. To a point that it was kind of making you heartless in a way. It was kind of and it wasn't making you heartless. Like, your heart was there, but it was making you heartless in the eyes of a lot of people that care for you. And also, it was building this persona that is so far away from who you are. Kind of like this, like, typical someone gets hurt and then they start like hurt people type of mentality. I feel like it was very easy at this point of age at this time, like, to become that person, because there's so much media out there to being like, be horrible yourself, manipulate them back, make them cry or whatever, that we forget to just like heal and like prioritize that time, and we just like focus on getting the lip back, seeming a type of way. So I feel like you were being like teased out of, to get sensible again, to not forget that your heart is a big part of your purpose. And if you were to like shut that down, close that chakra, it's going to be very hard to get into that flow state that you want to get into in your life, in your craft, in the things that you want to accomplish, in the life that you want to have, right? So for you to have those connections that you want, even, there's no way you're gonna get to that with a closed heart. So it's time to allow yourself to tell yourself that those things matter, and they are worth focusing on, that you are worth focusing on, that listening to your own voice above others is important sometimes too. And yeah, not be so hard on yourself. This is a time where you're gonna change your mind potentially on a lot of things that you said there was no way. You're gonna find yourself speaking kindly of people that you thought you hated. You're gonna find yourself starting things that you said you were never gonna do. And for some of you, you already are, right? You're gonna hear a lot of truth as well. Like this is not just gonna happen because you wake up and you choose one day. This also happens because there's a ripple effect in what you're feeling right now, what you're going to start to do about it, what people are gonna see when they see that interaction with yourself. Like it's all energy reacting to itself. So you're gonna bring a vibe, and that vibe is gonna react with their vibe, and their vibe is gonna, and that's gonna create another vibe, and then that vibe is gonna bring other people to do other things. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. Like you're creating momentum, and people might come back to you. Maybe before the end of this month, maybe around Christmas time, you're gonna have more nostalgic conversations. You're gonna have people come back and tell you why they decided to give you a time for yourself. Some people might come clean about some feelings towards you, and this could take many forms. This could be people I'm hearing, I was worried about you. There were people that I couldn't handle your pace. For some of you, I couldn't be as brave as you wanted me to be, right? For some of you, it was very hard to let go of what people thought, or let go of logic and lean into that intuition. Lean into that intuition for reals. It could take many forms. This could be also, of course, unexpressed emotions towards you when it comes to the romantic, unexpressed admiration as well, gratitude, resentment. But just very eye-opening and heart-to-heart conversations with unexpected people, even family members, things that's gonna put a lot of things into perspective, and it's going to finally allow you to move on, to let go of certain ways of being that you have been wanting to let go, right? Like if you're someone that deeply distrusts other people, letting go of that initial feeling. If you're someone that doesn't have hope, has lost faith, coming clean with that and reconnecting with spirit. If you're someone that doesn't believe in their own capacity to make things happen, to break that pattern and just start doing things for yourself, finally making those steps to approaching the life that you want, and not just say that you want it, right? I feel like that's what's approaching you in this new chapter. Yeah. And the Page of Wands. I'm just gonna finish with that actually. 11. You have the Wheel of Fortune reverse in the bottom of the deck. So this beautiful collective is about to have a lot of fun, start a lot of, for some of you, creative pursuits, personal projects, passions, hobbies, research topics even. You're going to start becoming that person that you know you can be and you want to be, right? You're going to stop pouring into other people's stories and just become your own main character and not just say it, right? Not be those things that internet lingo that we just say and whatever, but actually give it a try and embody it and see how you feel. And the good part is that right now you're not feeling pressure, you're not feeling seen, you're not feeling like this is a topic of conversation, so you can do it however you feel fit. You can do it however you feel it's relevant for you to do it. It's okay. It really is. And it's going to be fun too. So don't be so afraid. Just allow yourself to reset and take time to heal the nervous system, however that might look for you, however long that might take. And whenever you're feeling those weird, foreign waves or of calmness come in, allow yourself to do one thing that seems that feels like happiness to you. Something that's easy, low effort, that you have in hand, no consumption. What can you do now that feels good? And bring that to your space. Good luck. And if you like this reading, please please subscribe. I come up with readings in Spanish and English. I am working on doing some more pick a card videos, I promise. Yeah. But also I'm just coming up and doing readings when I'm feeling called to do so. They are very authentic. So if this found you, I really hope that you were able to hear the whole thing. Sorry, Mercury retrograde and English and Spanish are fighting in my tongue right now. But if you did watch towards the end of this reading, let me know by putting an ocean emoji, like a wave emoji of water. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a good one.